Hi everyone. So let me quickly break down why Sobha City is getting strong investor right now in the market. Strong investors interest, right? So first let's understand the location of this project. It is coming in Abu Dhabi on Yas Canal on intersection of E10 and E12, right? And the land parcel of this particular community is 33 million square feet, which is twice of the size of downtown, right? Downtown is your 22 million square feet. So this community is twice of the size of downtown. And Yas Island as a location is famous for theme parks like Ferrari World, Sea World, Warner Bros, Yas Mall, and as well as your upcoming Disneyland, right? So this is a area where has a strong visitors inflow, right? So if you look at the inflow of tourist was in Abu Dhabi alone, that was roughly 25 to 26 million in 2025, right? So you have a lot of tourists coming into Abu Dhabi, right? Due to this Sea World, Ferrari World, Warner Bros. You have culture and heritage section on Sadia Thailand. There's Louvre Museum and there is Guggenheim Museum. There's a lot of museums on Sadia. So Abu Dhabi is positioning itself as a one of top tier location in terms of tourist inflow, right? Abu Dhabi as a country, they are trying to, you know, expand their economy, not just diversify their economy, not just being dependent on the oil, on tourism, on real estate, on business, on AI, on logistics. They're expanding they're diversifying their economy, right? Now let's understand something very important, right? So if you look at the Disneyland, which is currently going to live, right? Whenever, like, if you look at how many Disneyland you have in the world, in total 5 countries you have a Disneyland as of now, right? You have US, China, Japan, and France, right? And the fifth one would be like Hong Kong. These are the current countries where you have a Disneyland. And a Disneyland, the theme parks, is a theme park, right? And theme park is the largest attraction of tourists, right? It's a really tourist magnet, right? Which is number one spot in Europe in terms of tourist inflow. That is your Disneyland only, right? Even like in US, the number one tourist spot is the theme parks only, Disneyland's, right? The global tourist inflow is 145 million with tourists. They visit the Disneyland, right? You have in Shanghai, you have in uh, Japan, right? These are the countries where you have the Disneyland. And UAE, in UAE, they are also, Disney also is coming, right? You also know about this fact. So when Disney is going to live, right? So you'll have a lot of tourist inflow towards this section of Abu Dhabi on Yasan specifically, because it is, whenever Disney comes, there's a global inflow of tourists, right? It's the easiest tourist magnet any country can have, right? And Abu Dhabi is tapping on the opportunity, right? And see, like I'll give you one more data in Florida, just due to this Disneyland, just due to this Disneyland, it is contributed more than 40 billion into their economy, and more than 263k jobs are getting generated just by Disneyland alone. So, on this section of the areas of Abu Dhabi, we'll see a huge number of employment generation due to this theme park, right? And so this is one of the demand driver. And if you look at the current rentals as well, right? What does it mean for you in terms of rentals? So if you look at the current rentals for studios on Yas Island, that is going roughly your 110 for one bedroom, 160 for two bed is going to 50 to 60K, right? These are current rentals, and if you look at the appreciation as well year on year of Yas specifically, that is outperforming all the areas of like Abu Dhabi, even Dubai, like 7 to 80%. The average appreciation of Abu Dhabi and this specifically Yas Island, right? And if I give you like more data on the projects, AE Abu Dhabi is building largest AI data centers, one of the largest AI data center in collaboration with top US AI companies like OpenAI, Nvidia, Oracle, SoftBank. They're collaborating with the one of the region, and they're establishing one of the largest data centers of the world, and regions they're establishing the Middle East GCC as a pioneer into AI and its infrastructure, right? So how does it work? Like, and what will be impact on the UAE economy? Let's just discuss that. And like the infrastructure is indirectly connected to the economy of a country, right? So when economy of country is performing well, they have job, people have money, so they buy real estate. Simple as that, right? So due to this AI data center, a lot of tech companies would be would needing a tech infrastructure, right, to run their models, to run their operations, right? It's like AWS. It's like cloud computing. You need a cloud support to have storages and to run your backend processes of your all apps and websites. Similar things as what I can say is going to happen for this particular there are a lot of big data scientists, AI engineers, ML engineers, or a lot of AI analysts would be moving towards this country because they would be getting support of of country which has data centers, right? Which like to run the operation, to run the models, they need high computing cost. So it would be much easier for them to rather than hosting their like computers, internet models running on US or China. UAE will be a sweet spot for them, right? And there will be a lot of job creation just because of this data centers, right? And UAE is establishing themselves as a pioneer into that. If you look at this particular project, if I give a quick idea about this one, so UAE itself, as I mentioned, and like summit, summit is happening. Which summit? What summit is happening? So what is the impact of the summit, right? So see, whenever a summit happens, GCC summit or whatever summit, GITEX event happens or whatever summit happens, right? So there is a lot of inflow of high net worth individuals, family offices, and millionaires. They're not coming to here to attend a event. They're coming here to with serious money. So it naturally increase the confidence of the international investors. Um, because a lot of they'll be investing into market. They're driving the prices, they're driving the market, right? Because and this shows to confidence to a lot of international investors, right? Because of the summit whenever happens, right? And another angle that could be right, let's say the summit, what was the other angle that I was mentioning is like into this event you have a lot of AI talks, you have a lot of business talks, you have talks which like creator, we talk about creator economy, talk about gaming. So right now the new millionaires are not we like to do this creator economy. There are new ways people are becoming millionaires, not the older way. The older way was to become a millionaire was like to job or business, but new way there is expansion of creator economy, this gaming gaming expansions, gaming creators and gaming players are these are new millionaires, and obviously they need some more homes, some homes, some chunk of homes, some places to live, right? Obviously, so for them it's sweet spot to living on Yas Island, which offers a great lifestyle. But then we can discuss that what kind of lifestyle they will be getting, right? Now, if I quickly share more on this particular insight, particular what I can say. Um, what I was saying on this particular subject. If I say more, let's discuss about the master community, which is coming by Soba. So it is Soba City, and I have to give you an idea about the like location. I'll give you now a comparison. The price per square feet they're coming is 2000, like 2200. What is the comparable project which are available on the Yas only, that's roughly trading at 2600, 2800, the comparable projects per other, right? And if you look at the supply of the particular units, and this is also very less, right? We have all 2000 townhouses and villas, and roughly we have 3500 units of apartment. So in terms of unit, and if you look at the land parcel, so yeah, the supply is very less. Why it considering the demand, the global demand, which is coming towards Yas, right? And if I give you more idea, let's say for your starting one bedroom is 1.81 million, in 1.31 for garden villas, your starting prices your like of 4.965 million roughly, and for your estate villas, your price is starting at 9.06 million, right? Where initial the plot you have the starting sizes of 568, and for garden villas, the three bedrooms is obviously 2700 roughly. These are the sizes, and for street villas 4500. These are the like your starting sizes. That's what I'm talking about. For state villas, for the largest 6 bedroom villas that you have available, 13.6, 13.40 million roughly that you have currently available. And if I give you idea about the payment plan, that is your 60/40, where you'll be having you have to pay 20% on the time of booking, 5% after 6 months, 5% after 3 months, 5% after 3 months. So in a year you're paying 35%. Next year you'll be paying 15%, and next year you'll be paying 10%, right? And this will be a payment plan, and on a time of handover you'll be paying 40%. So this is how your payment breakdown works. And in terms of number, if I give you like for let's say for one bedroom, we'll discuss that. So for one bedroom, in terms of number, your one like 10%, 20% down payment, like 1.4 if I consider the unit for one bedroom. So your 20% will be 280k plus 4% DLD, and 4% DLD on 1.56k, right? And then for one bedroom, so next payment will be 5%, which will be your 70k, 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 and then again next one will be 70k, 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 and then next 70k, 70k. That will be your exact amount that you'll be paying, and then and the type of value roughly 40%, which becomes 700k, right? So 700k I'm paying on time of handover, right? So yeah, I mean, roughly 900k I'm paying. Yeah, maybe like yeah 50 560k I'm paying on time of handover, right? That is what I'm paying, and rest amount I'm paying while what I can say calculating this Now, if I'm getting into more independent of this, so what kind of rentals can I expect from this project? So 1.4, obviously, if I look at the appreciation, 15% is the, if I even take the worst case scenario, 15% I'm getting the appreciation. So in terms of 4 years, like in the time of handover, 15% 1.4 million my unit can get easily 560k premium I can get easily. That is not about 560k premium I can get, and the amount that I will be investing 860k. So by investing 860k, I'm getting roughly 560 to 570k premium. That's what I'm getting, right? If I calculate in terms of exact numbers, and this is what I'm giving for one bedroom, and the rentals that I can expect. If I give more idea on that, so 10% even if I consider like my unit value is let's say 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 million. Easily I can, my one bedroom will be 2.2, 2.23 million. So if I am calculate on the average 8% rental as well, so on like 2.2 million, 8% will be roughly like how much? 196. When take it 200k, 170k to 190k is the average rentals that I'll be getting for one bedroom. For two bedroom, let's say if my average let's say price is 2.1 million, and in around handover I can easily sell even after 50% appreciation. So yeah, how much can I sell for it? 2.1 is my average cost, so I can sell the just I'm just calculating in terms of number. 2.1, so like, so I can see easily sell 3 million. That's what I can say. On 3 million, if I calculate 8% rental, 240k. 240k to 300k, that's 240 to 280k, that's the average rentals I can expect when at one handover. And we can discuss more on like garden villas and staged villas, what kind of rentals will be on that, right? And this is what I'm talking about, the appreciation that I can easily expect out of this project, right? Because I have a lot of strong demand drivers, right? And the location is like these other theme parks, and these theme parks always like comes in the picture when you want to have like discuss, when you want to have in terms of number, you want to make yourself more great in terms of returns. If I give you like more idea on master community of this particular project, so 60% area is greenery, and it is on canal, so it has scenic view, and it has elevated life style, elevated design, right? Ohana, if I do comparison with Ohana, they were selling one bedroom, like I'm giving one bedroom at what price? Like they were selling one bedroom 2.1, 2.2 million. They were selling 2.1 bedroom 2.2 million, 2.2 million. But I'm giving one bedroom 1.3 million. Even in Yas Park, what I'm getting one bedroom is roughly 2 million, 2.1 million, right? But um, with Shobha, what I'm getting one bedroom is roughly what I can say 1.3, 1.4 million. But two bedroom I'm getting 2 million, right? 2.1 million. So that's if I what do I have any options on Sadia? On Fahid, I'm getting one bedroom at 3.1 million. But because it is Soba's first project, they just want to have good entry, good leverage to the developer, right? And we can discuss always about Sobha, the founders, PNC Menon. They have like the kind of communities they have delivered. Sobha is always known for their quality, the backward integrated system where they develop everything is in-house, right? So that's why if you even compare with MR, MR cannot compete with MR, the Shobha in terms of quality, because Shobha's quality is always, actually we haven't gone into that as well. So end users always prefer to live in Shobhas, because short term rentals of Shobhas always shifted 20% higher on them. And the reselling is always, compared to an average apartment, the reselling of Sobha's apartment, you always get premium to when it comes to selling an apartment of Sobha, right? And the unit allotment will start, what I can say, tomorrow. And to in order to purchase this property, I need to submit your, I need to get your EOI. I need to have your what I can say, EOI. You need to get proceed with EOI. What is EOI? EOI is expression of interest, right? So yeah, that is what I can say. EOI is expression of interest. And so what is the average, what I can say, expression of interest amount, that I'll give a quick number, and I'll put submit me these documents like MLS ID or visa copy, and it just forward me immediately. I'll register you into queue, and then at the time of launch, it is my job to give you the help you to get you the best rate. We can discuss the floor plan, what kind of floor plan will actually work for you as an investor, because the view, the size, and what kind of unit we shall go, that will be, I'll be helping you with you everything. So let's connect and I'll guide you in more in depth, right? Thank you, it was a pleasure.